either way, while you do maybe upgrade in terms of firepower, I think you're downgrading in terms of your, I know a point that Cookies was talking about before the stream is their mid-round adaptability. Not quite sure if Slaughterhouse is going to be up to snuff. Whereas OCG, they're bringing in GXD, a very experienced flank watch in T3, and Bone, a very prolific fragger. There's a reason why people say, welcome to the Bone Zone, down in the amateur leagues. First ban, of course,
it's Thatcher.
It's Kafe. At least it looks cool.
It does. Thatcher bands have never looked this good. Same with Hibana bands as well, though Hibana band not nearly as played out as Thatcher, but still fairly common. On Kafe, a lot of hard reaching you need to do, just taking out one of the most versatile, a move that makes complete and utter sense by OCG. When I move into the defense, this might be where we see some more surprises. No.
Womai.
It's Womai. Still fairly standard. For a long time, Kafe revolved around a map almost in a similar way to Chalet, where you had a shield, you'd sit there, and you'd play those positions. Womai, a big operator who can help in that. And even though we don't have the same level of meta, Womai's still a strong operator that will severely decrease the level of play. And finally, Mira, as you said, I went to go say the word, and it just stopped. But Mira, Kafe is one of, if not her strongest maps, so, I mean, you got to take her out. It was an inevitability. Not a
pretty standard ban phase. Maverick is left up. We'll probably see him nearly every round.
I'd imagine.
I feel like Ace is typically favored over the Thermite. You know what I'm a little sad about, though?
What are you a little sad about?
Kafe and Villa are both maps where you need a soft breach. We haven't seen Flores yet.
That is true.
I want to see Flores in CL. But, I mean, still a possibility. We could see him on Kafe eventually. Maybe if someone's doing like a bakery direct and they don't necessarily need that top floor coverage, maybe we'll see a Flores. You can even use Flores, if you're on the top floor, or if you know they're going top floor, you don't necessarily need that sledge. You can take a Flores, deal with the pixel shield, deal with a freezer shield, stuff like that. But one thing that banning the Womai, Mira's almost always banned in this map, that's a good one. But banning the Womai makes the pixel hold and, holds like that, and the prep window shield and the bathroom shield and stuff a little bit weaker, but you leave Valkyrie up.
Absolutely, big thing.
Valkyrie is very good on on every map.
But Kafe specifically.
Specifically Kafe, because, as we can see, our observer right now, in the overhead, you can kind of see a little bit, Kafe is big box.
Big old rectangle.
So you throw one Val camera outside, you can see two whole sides of the building and see exactly where the push is coming from. And if you see no one, where the push isn't coming from, that has to come to the other side. Otherwise, even if you don't have any Val cameras outside, there's a lot of little corners and debris on this map where you can hide those cameras. And with how much C4 is important on this map, those Val cams can definitely be influential. You see one of those players, I believe Hyper's trying to play for an early C4 pick on one of the hatches to catch Zoinkers. He'll be unsuccessful. Zoinker's counting his lucky stars for that one.
Yeah, unfortunately for Hyper is that C4 won't catch anything, and it honestly just reveals his position more so than anything. He'll rotate back on in, but it's still OCG to take the first bit of damage. Zoinkers down to 25. But other than that, nothing all that much has happened, as OCG are setting up for that horizontal execute. Of all the sites, I do think this is the one where we most likely see Flores. But since he's not here, we'll see that same take, but with different operators. You'll see Nova and Zoinkers likely be in charge alongside Bone with trying to take down the Pixel Shield. Bone's already used all his utility, but you hear the Goyo Shield explode, and likely we'll also see Psycho rotate out of Pixel. The fire will deny anybody from playing in that area for the time being, but it also allows Psycho to rotate on back. Minute 30 in, they also now know someone's downstairs. Might be able to spot the feet of Aether if he gives himself up, but the intel is on the Jaeger's side.
He will get droned out, so both players aware of each other's positions, but it's Nova who's tasked with trying to clear him from the horizontal. The Ana slowly moving through, another drone coming to support. Aether will quickly dispatch of it, not let his position be known precisely by Nova. So far, he's just sitting here wasting time, and narrow miss. And never mind. He'll make up for it. Almost tagging Nova through the wall and then just deciding to wide swing. Down goes your Iana, but Kilo is refragged by Devil. Last stage, Devil was someone who was a consistent fragger on that supportive role, but as Zoinkers just swings into heaven, he cleans up the player inside Cocktail. Hyper's refrags onto Bone, though, as Zoinkers finds another one, but as he's distracted by the BP, Marmalade catches him, leaving GXD alone in a 1 versus 2. He's got time, he's got 40 seconds, but does he have the intel? The BP is still up, it's pinging him out. These defenders know exactly where the Nomad is coming from, and if he's going to start going for this plant. Valkyrie camera as well to support. He'll take that one out, but again, he cannot deal with this bulletproof. He'll start to move into Freezer, but the defenders have those hard pings. He's only got 20 seconds left. He'll peek over towards Palace just as the Goyo pre-fires, but the Jaeger is lurking to his left, and Afer will find the last frag. Slaughterhouse take round number 1.
That could have potentially gone GXD's way had that timing not gone against him, but overall good, well played by SH in that 1v2, and overall well played by SH overall. It looked like the big moment that round for OCG was Zoinkers on this rappel. The Mute not even looking towards his way, but once we got to that 2v2, it was still Afer. Wait, it was Afer and... who else was it? I can't remember for some reason. I wanted to say Psycho, but Psycho was dead at that point. Marmalade, that's who it was. I know it was the Goya, but it was Afer and Marmalade. Either way, 2 remaining members on SH, and Zoinkers and GXD were on opposite sides of the bomb site. You had one on Cocktail and one right below Nubalk, or on Nubalk. It's a fairly easy pinch to land out when, while you do have a 2v2, and Zoinkers did a massive job in creating room for GXD not only to join him, but overall for OCG in that round. It's still easier for SH to clear that up since you both are separate and they're together. Overall, that round was close by both teams. Good job by OCG and how quickly they managed to deal with Pixel. But once they reached that point, that was when things started to get a little bit sloppy and things started to go SH's way.
10 seconds left before
Yeah, again, Zoinkers getting timinged there was a little bit unfortunate. I don't know why he just didn't shoot the cam. Maybe he just couldn't find the angle, but... either way, great job, Slaughterhouse. Or I guess SH Esports. I think technically they've rebranded, haven't they? SH
yes, they
now?
did.
Yeah, so they're SH. We have 2 initial teams, SH versus OCG. Look at that. Well, it's Kitchen now for SH. And now, maybe we'll see this sledge actually come to play. Now, Ace also has breaches, so he'll be bringing them, and they will be needed as Hypers on the Echo will slam Zoinkers right off the bat. Afer finds Bone as well before GXD finally finds a refrag, but it's a 2-for-1, and you lost your Zofia and your Sledge. An incredible amount of destructibility now gone. A lot of vertical play opportunities also now gone.
And vertical is ever important on Kitchen, especially when you see one of the members of the defense upstairs, up top right now. Psycho also just catches Nova looking the wrong way. OCG look a little bit lost, and now GXD is left in a 1v4. Once again, almost called him by his real name, but he was left in the clutch last time. A 1v2. But now he's in a 1v4, and even more dire straight. And he still has 1 minute 55 seconds left. That's how quickly this round has gone by. He won't even land one. It's Kilo with the DMR on the long angle to take him down. And whereas the previous round looked close, but it was just a couple mistakes in the late round, that was SH not only bringing the aggression against OCG, but heavily pushing them back. And OCG didn't really enter the building all that much.
Yeah, they tried for a pretty quick horizontal take, but SH pushed back. It seems like with the removal of Frozen, adding in Kilo, SH look far more aggressive as a whole, just with these, initial impression. And OCG, it's looking like they're not really expecting it. Like every time Slaughterhouse, or every time SH pile on that aggression, OCG get pushed back further and further. When they stand their ground, they lose their fights. Now it's Reading Room. SH have taken the last 2 rounds in a row, especially that second round didn't even feel like a round. It feels like this should still be round 2 because of how quick it was.
Now going to round 3, SH moving to Reading Room. We saw round number 2 when Zoinkers got taken out, how pivotal that soft destruction, well, I would say pivotal, but I honestly, it didn't even look like OCG even got in a position to start any of their strategy. So for all we know, maybe it was going to be a completely horizontal take and Zoinkers just bring in Sledge for the nades. That's how much we saw of their overall strategy. But at the very least, assuming how Rating Room typically plays, Zoinkers will be important once again. Not only as a player, he's got the most kills in the lobby right now, but he is on that Sledge with that hammer, with that nades, and it's imperative for any attack on Rating Room Fireplace, unless they decide to push up red stairs into Mining Room and Train. But assuming that rare take doesn't happen, OCG will take this across that third floor, and they'll need Zoinkers on that soft destruction, because while they do have 6 breach charges overall, losing that hammer and the nades can be brutal, especially if one of those breach charge players goes down, and one of them, in the hands of Bone, hasn't had the best game so far either.
Yeah, the first thing I want to see OCG clean up is their entry game. So far, they have lost the opening pick 2 rounds in a row, and it has just been a cascade. Once SH kind of has the round in their grasp, they just go for it. So, hopefully OCG are able to slow this defense down, as strange as that may sound, because that's usually we're saying the opposite. We want the defense to slow the attack, but again, Slaughterhouse, or SH, have just pushed back at every opportunity. Now they got to deal with this pixel shield from Afer. There's not a lot of burn needed. There's only 1 ADS covering it. So I would imagine this pixel shield gets taken out in short order. GXD will be the one burning, but Afer still gets the kill onto the Nomad whilst he's throwing his flashes. That is a huge pick from Afer. Nomad now dead. Another early engagement going the way of SH.
That's clear, and the person who was left alive in the first 2 rounds now goes down first in the third. But it looks like from OCG we are seeing this rare take that doesn't often happen. But even then, nothing in terms of ground gained is going the way of OCG. Hypers takes down Zoinkers. That's your Sledge I mentioned. So even if you wanted to go up top, you have those breach charges, but you're in a 3v5, and it would be easy for the defense to retake that top floor. So what you're left with is this horizontal push. OCG have 1:15 left. Devil's taken hold inside of Z, watching that reading hallway. So at the very least, that's a key angle covered. He spots one through the drone hole as well. A key angle that puts Psycho down to 1 HP, but the pulse rotates off. His life's still in his hands, and a C4 as well. 3 on the side of SH, and with a minute left, I'm looking at OCG, and I'm wondering what's going on. It's clear clearly they're trying to pick up the pieces. Clear they're trying to regain some intel. Even Nova will rotate up to that top floor, but they're all spread out. Bones on low HP. And OCG, once again, are looking the weaker team.
Nova will get down to C4, narrowly misses. It allows Devil to sprint in and get 1 kill onto the smoke of Kilo, but as he picks up Nova and recovers 1 teammate, he'll lose another. Devil just drops right back down to Pillar, but all of his ace charges have been expended. He tried using them upstairs, but they were not successful. Now that he's dropped, he can no longer pick those up, so the red wall, the reading wall, will stay closed. Long angle held by Marmalade. Nova spots her, misses the shots, and Marmalade repeaks, rips his head right off. Devil will try and claim the site for his own. He takes out what little was left of Psycho, but is now just floundering. Not wary of which angles that the defenders are coming from. He's worried about way too many spots at once. There's only 8 seconds. Devil has no chance in this round unless all 3 of the defenders line up for him. And he checks one side of the pillar. Afer peeks the other. SH take a perfect, flawless rotation. 3 rounds in a row.
Oddly enough, first 2 matches of Stage 2, both start out with flawless rotations by the defense. Interesting how that parallels.
Indeed. And the team that took the first 3 rounds ended up winning.
That is true. One thing I will say, at least from the side of, at least SH versus OCG, I think Wichita Wolves are putting up a little bit more of a fight than OCG did, because once again, that entry game seemed incredibly lacking, and that's something that at the very least was going the way of Wichita. Even though they lost the opening pick, Abunai dying the first, I want to check, dying the first 2 rounds, the entry game still went Wichita Wolves' way. Somebody answered back, got 1, even 2, but at least here, the kill has gone unanswered every single time by OCG, at the very least for enough of a time where it makes a difference. In that round, Afer managed to take down GXD as he rotated off. It wasn't answered. In the second round, similar situation. Man on OCG dies, SH get away with it. OCG, the reason they haven't been able to make progress is because the moment one player dies, they just seem to start, I wouldn't say freaking out, they just seem to just start questioning things back and forth. What are we to do? How are we going to take this? The answer, it seemed, was that mining, train, dining take, but they stalled out once again, and when they sent Nova up top, he got 1 kill, but then he was down. That wastes even more time.
5 seconds to go.
And it's 3 strong defenses for SH, but more importantly, 3 weak attacks for OCG so far.
Again, OCG need to shore up their entry game. Even if they're not getting the first pick, they need the trades. They gotta step it up, whether it's just positioning, communication, whether it's their drone work, whatever. Something needs to change for the better quickly. And they didn't take a timeout. Not like the Wolves did. Hopefully they've had enough time in between the rounds to figure out what the hell their issue is. Bone's gonna have to burn this Aruni gate on the ticket window if he wants to get rid of this Pixel shield. I believe he just blew up under the red wall. Maybe getting rid of a mute jammer, or wary of maybe a C4. Don't really know why he used an impact there, because now that's one less to clear the utility in sight, and there's quite a bit. There's the Goyo shields, there's the Evil Eyes. I mean, sure, you still got nades and Gun 6s, but, every little bit tends to help. There's 2 ADSs right now protecting this Goyo shield, and again, Psycho knows that. That's not really a lot, so he's playing around this position a little bit tentatively.
And especially then, you talk about how much utility you have inside, but since OCG the past 3 rounds have lost a key utility operator, Nova in round 1, Zoinkers in round 2, if they're being a bit liberal with their utility usage, it could come back to bite them if they haven't fixed those trades either. The move on in, nobody's died yet. In fact, they managed to take out an Evil Eye completely for free. Bit of a misplay by Kilo, but either way, it's still a boon for OCG. And that's about the only thing right now. They have moved into Cigar, so that's good, but they haven't cleared out Pixel. No impact lifelines by Bone, and while Psycho is beginning to rotate off, I actually believe that shield did get destroyed, so my mistake. Psycho has a second inside a bathroom, able to continue wasting time, and all the times they've rotated off, they've managed to either do some damage or land a pick. SH have played this position really well, but they're Zoinkers with the necessary adaptation.
Zoinkers sledged open the window, and Psycho just didn't really react. So, hey, first pick for OCG, and that's the very first time, and Nova will follow it up with another as Hypers gets a little bit too over-aggressive, thinking he can peek the skylight. Nova will humble him. 5 versus 3 for OCG, the first man count that they have held throughout this entire match. Bone will spot the head of the Maestro, but missed the shots as Kilo tries to counter peek. 40 seconds left for OCG to make this push. Devil with Diffuser in hand needs to try and go for this soon as nades start to roll in. He'll do a little bit of damage to Kilo, and here's the swing in from Nova. He finds one, Zoinkers with the other. Only one answer from Afer, leaving him a 1 versus 4, and he can't finish off Zoinkers. A big 3K from the sledge as OCG finally managed to take some ground.
And finally, that rappel into Cocktail Balcony works out for Zoinker as he almost made it big in round number 1. And that go around, once they managed to isolate the remaining 2 members of the defense, Marmalade trapped in that corner. Actually, I don't even believe that, actually don't believe that was even Zoinker's rappelling.
That was Nova.
Yeah, that was Nova. But either way, Zoinkers and Nova both pushing that same position. It was Zoinkers who landed the kill onto Marmalade and actually landed the last 2. So still a big player on the side of the sledge. And look at what can happen. Not only when OCG get the opening pick, but when they're actually managed to survive to a point where they can use their utility. If they cleared out Pixel with a 5-man count, they're able to pinch Psycho playing inside a bathroom, even negating any further utility usage because you've killed the guy playing behind that Goyo shield. You don't need to worry about it more. Now we've finally seen a round where once OCG are able to play their game, they're able to get settled, use their utility, and use their man count, they can make things work. But now it's just a matter of carrying that on through because you only have 2 attacking rounds left. And if you want to even this half, make it 3-3, you need to win both of them.
I think something that definitely worked in OCG's favor is that, like you said, they were allowed to play their game. SH got, maybe a little bit overzealous. Psycho not reacting to the sledge right behind him. Hypers peeking the skylight. They didn't have the man count nor the positioning to make OCG uncomfortable like they did the first 3 rounds. Hey, we're back on Kitchen. There's no doubt in my mind that SH are going to try doing something similar once again because, it's been working pretty damn well so far. Remember, last time OCG attacked this, I actually almost forgot that they attacked the site because it was over so quickly. It was over in, what was it? It was a 1v5 in the first, minute.
Yeah. But when it got to GXD, I think if anything, it was like a minute 55, minute 50.
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. And now that OCG are like, hey, that didn't work, they will be going for a standard top-down clear rather than just your horizontal direct.
Nova the tip of the spear once again. Him and Bone on this entry so far. Bone has not been as successful as Nova. He's 0-4 so far. Maybe he's looking to pick it up here with the duo entry onto Cocktail. They know that Psycho's playing on Cocktail Bout. The Z-Ping on the Aruni's signal his position. He'll take that and rotate on down, joining Psycho on that second floor. A multi-tiered approach, as they're also looking to rotate back. They've reinforced that wall next to the hatch drop so they don't get wall banged. And while one is rotated, it is once again Kilo remaining. Psycho on the fall down. Actually, both of them have fall down, but it's Psycho to take the only bit of damage. 35 HP the Jaeger now finds himself at. What it means, minute 50 left, and OCG, they have that time to use the sledge and use their utility. What got them their first attacking round?
Yes, Sledge is up, and he only has one C4 to worry about. That's in the pocket of Marmalade. Once she uses that, if it's wasted, he can pretty much do it for free as long as he stays out of sight line. Breaching charges going out from Devil as well to ease the rotatability and make a couple extra holes through the floor. And OCG are going to try and make SH feel uncomfortable on the site, just as SH did to them on the attack. Devil, now satisfied with his work on the second floor, will go ahead and maybe try and make his way through Bakery. That looks like where the push is going to be coming from. It is not a freezer drop. They took the top floor control to make sure that they couldn't hold those floor holes. But Hypers will once again get an early pick on this Echo on Kitchen. He takes out Bone, and there's two more. Hypers gets one on the Devil as Afer finds Zoinkers. Inadequate intel for OCG allows the Echo to just walk right in, and Afer, a brilliant shot through the red wall onto Nova. It's once again GXD in a 1 versus 5. This time he's got 40 seconds left. He'll take out Afer, but still 4 people to find. Only 35 seconds, no case control, and everyone on the defense knows exactly where he's at.
He's at least made some progress, better than he did on the time before, and taking down the smoke, it's impactful, but 20 seconds left and 4 remaining members. Even that hard ping won't do that much to swing things in OCG's favor. You'll look to recover the diffuser, but honestly at this point, going for the kills is necessary, and he might just be even taking an effective tactical timeout. The chances of him winning this are slim to none, so he'll take some shots, he'll finally die, but he gave his team about 40 to 50 seconds to talk things over and decide what's going on. If they decide to take a timeout, that would add on to that, as I don't know if we are. But OCG, something looks critically wrong. It was a kitchen attack once again, and GXD was left in 1v5. I don't even know if I'm going back. My lights were not on. Now you just saw me in the darkness. But GXD was left in a 1v5. I would say nothing had changed but the weather remains the same on the map. We don't have night maps anymore. So basically, just the same situation at a different time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they only have one attacking round left. But to pick things up, even going to Kafe defenses, I don't know, man. There's a lot they have to fix.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Devil tried rotating down to Bakery, droning for himself, was worrying enough. Because by the time he walked through, the intel was stale, and Hypers just walked through prep. Additionally, the vertical play didn't really do anything. They spent about a minute playing on those holes, and what happened?
Whole lot of nothing.
Well, they died.
Well, that's something, I guess.
Yeah. They died. Well, I don't know if they died to the floor holes or they died to the transition from floor holes to site execute. But either way, the one time they've actually been able to play vert didn't go very well. That's really good for SH. SH, I mean, they're poised to take a 5-1 half, especially if they decide to go back to bar, which they will. They're 1-1 on this side. As long as they make OCG uncomfortable, they've been successful. And so far throughout this match, it seems like a pretty easy feat to accomplish.
At the very least, the most recent time OCG attacked this site, it went their favor pretty strongly as well. Of course, we did also say, hey, if OCG are allowed to play their game, they might be able to win rounds. Well, last round, OCG were allowed to play their game, and as you said, they didn't do a whole lot with the vert, or they weren't even able to do a whole lot with the vert. Once they transitioned, it was GXD in a 1v5. It was an almost flawless round had he not gotten that final kill. So maybe, since you only have the horizontal to deal with, OCG are able to do things a bit more, and it's that three-dimensional approach that is stunting them a bit with how much more you have to do on Kitchen. Maybe that's going their way, but what does that say about a team when that's the case? Obviously, you and I predicted OCG. We both predicted them to be the victors. what we can also give SH quite a lot was we were worried about their IGLing, how they would be without Frozen, and it looks like they haven't missed much of a step. They don't look all that worse, and of course, depending on their attacks looks, they might even look better in certain ways, at least in individual performance. Then again, it is also the first best of one, so
yeah,
we can't make any judgments just yet.
They're definitely more aggressive, and I think one of the reasons why they're beating OCG so triumphantly is that one of their biggest criticisms from the last stage was the inconsistency of their fraggers. Now you have Hypers, who's 5-3, Psycho, who's 3-3, and Afer, who's 9-2. They are all doing well. And Psycho is going to absolutely destroy GXD off of that repel, and he'll find another onto Bone. That's your Nomad and your Zoph dead. Devil's able to get one refrag. He's looking for the second onto Psycho. He lights up the Aruni quite a bit, but is he going to be able to actually move into Piano and find this frag safely? He's tucked now behind Jay, but here's the peek from behind. Kilo's there for the support onto Devil, and it's a 4 versus 2. Zoinkers and Nova against the world to try and salvage this half. A nice flick from Zoinkers will find one, and he'll be able to collect 2. A big play from the Sledge to even the odds. And just like that, this round just became doable again for OCG. They've got case control as well. All they need to do is flush out Marmalade and Afer, but here comes Zoinkers, but Marmalade's ready for it. The Sledge tries to move through the double door, but he's caught, and that leaves Nova in a 1 versus 2. He's got a minute 20. He's got time. That's the only thing on his side right now, but once again, distracted by the BP. No one from SH is going to swing on it, luckily enough for Nova, and he'll try going for this plant. About halfway through, he comes off, the C4 goes out. It does not connect, as Nova has already escaped, but Marmalade knows he's going towards Deep Freezer. Nova can hear the Goyo proning. He knows she's in the corner. He'll win the first fight, looking for the second. Afer pre-firing around. There's a whole minute left. Nova, he's in the advantage. He's in the site. There's no info for Afer to play off of. And Nova's going to try going for this plant once again, but he's just going to peek. He lights up the Jaeger. No, he actually doesn't hit a single shot. And Afer's got the shield to play behind. 45 seconds. Nova's still not going to stick this, and Afer's going to land the shot! SH take round number 6 because Nova just keeps baiting the plant over and over again, not sticking it, giving the fight to Afer, and SH take a 5-1 half.
Still, what a hell of a game of cat and mouse by both Nova and Afer. Both just taking pot shots at each other, both trying to catch the other out on the angle or the fall off or what have you. But still, overall, just before I say that, preface that, incredible 2K by Zoinkers. The kill onto the guy standing cocktail bar, beautiful, crisp, perfection. The transfer onto Psycho, rotating out of Pixel, again, another beautiful kill. But it just was not enough because SH that round, when they got that man advantage, they were still aggressive, but it was coordinated. You saw Psycho take a hell of a lot of HP. He was at 1 HP on stage. He hits the prone, likely gives the call out, hey, you know, this guy's pushing me. And as Devil is distracted and has his back to him, alone inside a cigar, Kilo pushes up and lands the kill. Great coordination by SH. A bit risky, I will say, but still great coordination nonetheless to not only retake the man advantage, continue with the man advantage, but to cement their lead even further based off that coordinated aggression. And that was the story for SH on the defensive half. Coordinated aggression that OCG, by and large, had no answer for.
10 seconds to insertion.
There had to have been like an Evil Eye or something left up in the site, right?
5 seconds to go.
Or like a Valcam. Because it looked like, it honestly looked like Afer was operating off of Intel.
Or just, honestly, I would be surprised if it's game sense. I mean, Afer,
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised
player.
if it's game sense because Afer is a very good player. But the way he played that looked like they had info, because he kept pushing the plant off like at the perfect times, and he knew whenever Nova got off. So I feel like, you know,
actually, there was that BP that Nova shot. I don't know if it got destroyed.
I think I'm pretty sure it did.
We cut away before it got destroyed, but I remember him shooting it and it didn't immediately destroy. So maybe it did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he destroyed it. But either way, I mean, Afer played that 1v1 beautifully. Like that was perfect from him. And once he finally got the fight he was looking for, he was able to win it. And OCG are bringing out something a little bit interesting. They have left the red wall soft and have opened prone holes in it, rather than reinforcing it so that whoever was playing against a piano on stage can stop anyone dropping. Marmalade will now don the Flores as Afer has picked up the buck. And I'm excited. This is our first Flores of CL.
First floors of CL, and its first job is to tackle an extension up into Cocktail. First drone, gonna try to aim to destroy that mute jammer. Don't know how successful it was just yet, but for OCG at the moment, they won't have to worry too much as they still have this control in their advantage. Devil has even moved his way into train. He sees a hole made above that train wall, looking over towards red landing. Could work out if one of the attackers give their way up to that position, and then in all likelihood is not gone red in that spot either. But beyond that, it's pretty quiet. Still intel being gathered by the defense, but more importantly, OCG are playing their positions and not rotating off just yet. Could get risky as we go further down. Afer inside a bathroom making his way. The Yana as well of Psycho starting to make his way down white. And with Hypers on the window as well, could catch the defender on the rotate. But now we finally hit that minute. Bone's not been pushed out. And Devil's got the opening pick.
Devil onto Hypers, finding the white repel, but here comes the Cocktail Flood, and Afer kills Bone, that upstairs player, and the C4, oh no, it's unsuccessful, and GXD will pay the price for missing his target, ending up killing him, Marmalade being left on just 1 point of HP. Now it's a 4 versus 3 for SH. Here comes the flank. Zoinkers were able to find one on the Marmalade, and Nova is trying to retake this top floor along with him. Kilo will drop the Aruni, and they know that this Goyo is still up here. It's just Devil all alone on the site with a C4 in pocket, watching this laundry hatch like a hawk. Kilo will drop into Pillar, wary of mining, maybe scared that Zoinkers might make his way down into red. Zoinkers wins his fight upstairs onto Afer. It's a good headshot onto the Pallets player, and these last two attackers, I believe, are both trying to push the site. A C4 above will nearly actually not do any damage to Kilo at all, and Devil loses his fight to the Iana, but Zoinkers is up top. He's got the floor holes. He'll see the Thermite move. Does he have the hole? He's got it! He can see both players! He'll be it! What a play from the Goyo! Leaving him upstairs all alone proves to be a fatal mistake for SH, and OCG take their first defense.
Even so, I didn't just down the planter. He almost killed the Yana as well. Psycho ending the round with 1 HP, narrowly escaping with his life, but extremely well played by Zoinkers, even though there was intel on him that he was in that position. Afer puts him down to 1 HP watching the flank, but sometimes it's those singular fights that maybe should go your way, but don't end up. That can make the round for a specific team. And that round, it was OCG, and they've won their first defense as well. Adding 1 round to a deficit that is still pretty large in the grand scheme of things, but it's a start, and all the longest journeys begin with a single step. They'll move down to Kitchen as their next bomb site. And one thing I will say I am a little bit worried about here, while OCG managed to hold onto that extension for quite a long time, when push came to shove, it fell pretty quickly the moment SH started to move on in. I will say SH were still a bit slow on that, so it's not like SH made no mistakes, but it was still a bit slow. Could have provided and did provide OCG a fair bit of time. So it's just a question on whether OCG, if they decide to extend up to second floor, how long they can last, and if they can make an impact on it as well. But for SH, I'd also like to see if those attacks get sped up, because if OCG do that, you might not have an answer.
And Bone.
10 seconds to insertion.
Bone's currently rocking the spy,
5
rocking the
seconds left
bond.
before insertion.
007. We can call him,
Defuse a bomb.
Daniel Craig. Because Daniel Craig was the shortest James Bond, and Bone is 5 feet tall.
I thought you were going to be like, make a joke about how he was the shortest James Bond, and Bone's time in Seal's been the shortest, but
No, it was just...
You can call him short. He could still rip you in half.
That's true. His arms are like tree trunks. I have seen him. He has been in my car, and I was terrified. Anyway.
Fortunately for him, not in this game as much.
He's not doing great. He's just been getting kind of caught out in unfortunate positions, losing fights. It's not his day. Luckily, Zoinkers is there to try and make up for it, and, luckily, even though he died first, OCG, his teammates, were still able to salvage the round. Now, OCG have to defend Kitchen, and the buck is still being brought by Afer. And I guess, now that you have Flores, you don't necessarily need the nades on the sledge, so you can, bring that little bit more versatility that the buck has with the skeleton key.
That's the big reason you bring Buck, is the versatility that comes with it.
Look at
Those
this.
nades were big, but
wow,
well, there he goes.
Got downed anyway.
Through the very same hole he opened. Not finished off, which could be huge. Still 1 minute 40 seconds left. Plenty of time. for SH to rotate over and pick up Afer, because you also don't want to lose Afer as well. 11-3 right now. He's been huge for SH so far. Getting him back up would be helpful, and there you go. Kilo, the team player, rotating over, picking him back up, and while some time is lost, still not enough in the grand scheme of things to really do a lot of damage. But that is, of course, assuming that they're able to make some progress on the second floor. Now that Hypers is rotating down, only a minute 15 left, you'll need to get Afer in that position, and there are two C4s down from below. Even though, and even if the C4 is missed, Afer is on such low HP, if he tries opening up those holes, he could find himself walking into an early grave.
The visual lines being spotted by Marmalade. Nova sitting down below in coat check. Like you said, these C4s are going to be important from OCG, as is the Echo of Devil. There's no IQ, so they can't spot them through the floor. They'll have to just face check and look at the ceiling if they want to shoot out those Echo drones. But for now, Devil is being left uncontested. He's happy to just sit in Bakery alone, away from his team and away from all the action, sit on those cams, call out info, and possibly deny the plant. And those yokai drones might just win the round, as there's only 30 seconds remaining. GXD will take a little bit of damage from above by the bomb chassis, but here comes the drop. Zoinkers, he's going to miss some key few shots, and that allows Kilo into the bomb site. He'll get the kill on the GXD. What a whiff there from the Jaeger and VIP. It's an opening frag for SH, but is it going to be enough? Seemingly so. Hypers gets the kill into VIP. Bone will finally get his first kill of the round, but his success is short-lived. And the plant is going down from Kilo. There's no yokai drones. They've already been taken out. Devil's only teammate is taken out as well. It's a 1 versus 4 for the Echo post-plant, and this is nearly impossible as Kilo shuts him down. SH take their first attacking win and put themselves up on match point.
And again, another dominant round from SH, seemingly the string of 6 as well. Those victories weren't all that close in many of those rounds. Of course, you had the 1v1 between, almost said Zoinkers, Afer and Nova. But beyond that, SH have seemed firmly in control of this game. And now OCG, they have to wrestle it back, because they need to win 4 rounds in a row. They'll move to Cocktail, a site they have not played yet, as going to Kitchen might give them more flashbacks than chances in winning this series after how strongly that round went in favor of SH. And if we're talking about what they can do, they did fall back. SH still took that slowly, but it's the mid to late round where they seem so strong. Some of the steps they'll take is putting Nova on the Valkyrie. That'll provide a lot of intel for that early to mid round, even the late round if some manage to remain alive, as there is no IQ on SH, so one could be foregone inside the site, but they'll bring that Valkyrie to try and stave off and coordinate any roamers. They'll also bring Zoinkers on the castle, who should do some deny utility and once again waste time. That might very well be the pathway to OCG's victory, because if they're not able to waste enough time, or even if they do, it seems SH are still able to just say, no, this is our round. Please sit down.
10 seconds left before
Yeah, that was rough for OCG last round. Especially Zoinkers missing those 2 kills over towards VIP.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Unfortunate.
Attacker's objective is to locate
Also,
the
I just
bomb.
realized we missed out on an opportunity.
We did?
When Bone was 007, chat was saying James boned. I didn't even think of that.
I didn't even think of that either.
I'm usually the name guy.
Never mind.
Oh. Aaron Bone Bonilla on the 1 and 8 on Zofiager. It's a shame. Although, you know, OCG, they got to take 4 rounds in a row if they want any hope of points. Not even then. Not even a win. Any hope of a single point, even in a loss. You'll need 4 in a row. That is more than a perfect site rotation. Now that they're on Bar, the most dominant side on the map, they'll be looking to try and, you know, make amends. But as Nova dies downstairs to Psycho very early on, that's not very promising. Sure, you refrag onto Afer, but the Buck is not the most important operator on this site, as long as you're not going for Cocktail. I'm not quite sure if that was SH's plan, as they're now all rotating over towards a standard piano take. But if you're the defense, you lose one of those important C4s from below.
Even if they were going for a Cocktail take, they still have plenty of utility if they have to rotate. 2 nades in Psycho's pocket, 3 Flores drones, Ash charges, Zofia impacts. If they were going for a Cocktail take and they lost the Buck, could still be great, and that is not a great engagement by Devil. Not because it was a poor one, but it seemed the shotgun either just barely missed, or we had another case of the inconsistency that sometimes happens with the M59. Devil swings, lines up 2, but comes away with nothing but a dead hand and being on cam duty. Now it's a 4v3. SH in the lead. Kilo will go for the hot breach. Will manage to find himself inside, but Psycho is dead to bone. He gets his second kill, his third as well, as Kilo hits the prone. It's now SH in the man disadvantage, as the Jaeger has single-handedly swung things back in the favor of OCG. Marmalade and Hypers left to pick up the pieces. Zonkers playing close on New Balcony. We might hear Marmalade playing on those red stairs as Diffuser is dropped in the doorway. Marmalade will flash, try to pick it up, but loses her head in the process. Great shot by Zoinkers, and Hypers is up for potentially round 2 if Zoinkers is able to land his shots. Hypers goes for the pre-fire, spots him in the corner, comes away with his life, but there's 2 defenders looking towards him, and it's Aaron Bonilla to come away with it. A triple for him. No longer James Bone, but James with a 4K. Or 3K, sorry.
So his name is still James.
His name is now James at this point.
Okay. Well, Bone R6. The big 3K retaking piano. That didn't look good. Didn't look good for OCG. SH, they're able to find the first kill. Now, sure, OCG refrag it, but Devil dying in Cigar like that was pretty grim. And then Bone decides, what if? Hear me out. What if I walk in? And he walked into piano.
What if I shoot him?
Yeah, what if I just kill this guy?
And
so he walks into piano. The Ash is busy hot breaching, so there's no coverage on the Cigar double door. Bone just walks in, fries that guy, turns around, kills the Ash too. Hides in Ticket. SH, the Zofia, is too busy down below trying to, I guess, floor bang him through Ticket that Marmalade takes a 1 against Zoinkers and loses it. And from there, I mean, Slaughterhouse had no choice but to just walk up red. Their time was low. Their man count was low. They didn't really have any other avenues. And OCG shut them down perfectly. That's what we want to see, OCG. Maybe a better start to the round, but your mid-round was pretty good thanks to the Jaeger. Now they're on Reading. This is the first site they won as well. So right now they are on track to take 2 in a row. The big question mark in my mind right now is, yes, they did win this site. It was down to a clutch from Zoinkers above that, if Afer just happens to win that gunfight, no clutch. Or if the Iana happens to just land 1 shot through the floor, no clutch. A clutch is not something you can reasonably rely upon when holding a site. Hopefully OCG have a better answer to the attack than they did in their previous attempt.
5 seconds to go.
At least from OCG, looks like they're still running this fairly standard. I will say I don't exactly remember if Devil was on the Pulse initially, but a Pulse is strong nonetheless on the site, whether it's an adaptation or a staple of OCG strategy, and will help a lot in staving off the attack. As SH, they were a little bit strapped for time, not at all undoable, but likely a bit more than you would otherwise be comfortable with. Having the Pulse down below, not only will be able to land those C4s a bit more accurately, so GXD might not miss his this time, but with how much they wasted last time, Bone remaining alive until 1:15, and many of the defenders being able to rotate off, OCG, if they just are able to waste 10, even 20 more seconds of time, the round could go their way at a much more convincing fashion. Of course, we're only 45 in, so plenty of time for things to swing one way or the other. That's the game plan. You already stalled a lot of time. Sure, it did go your way, but just stall a little bit more, and you might have one of your only convincing rounds.
I wonder why they just had Kilo breaching charge out instead of Afer just bucking it. He was literally right there.
Wants all the skeleton key shots. He wants all 25.
I guess so. He wants to conserve them. Hypers takes down a Goyo shield protecting Nova top white on pallets as well. That's an important Goyo shield to get rid of. And something I just noticed as well, in addition to the last round, Slaughterhouse, SH have not run a hard breach.
We actually haven't seen a lot of hard breachers today. On Wichita Wolves, they didn't run much of one either. They had a hard breach charge or so, but...
Yeah, definitely interesting. So, SH obviously not wanting to open any hardballs. They feel like they don't need to. They don't need to open Freezer if it's reinforced. They don't need to open anything on the Reading. They're happy with just pushing in, and maybe they figure, hey, we know OCG. They leave a lot of important walls soft and open up angles and stuff, and so that we can take the buck and take advantage of that. But it's been a fairly slow clear from SH so far. They have taken everyone off the top floor, however. Now with a minute left, they'll start going for that vert play.
Slurker's also missing a C4, but still 2 in the pockets of GXD and Devil respectively, and the longer Devil's left alive, the more intel he can gather. Of course, he's a bit more uncomfortable with all the vert control the attackers now potentially have and can open, but only 45 seconds left, and SH haven't made much ground beyond clearing out this top floor. It's everyone on the defense still in their positions and in a prime spot to repel the execute once it manifests. Aether will finally start opening up that floor, and nobody's really in his line of sight, and we're just playing the waiting game until SH go for their execute. Devil's also rotated down below to the first floor, so in all likelihood, he's not getting dealt with for the rest of this round. He sends out a C4 to get shot, but they know he's on brown stairs as well, and might have rotated back down. Somebody will likely be watching the flank, as it's the opening pick to go in the favor of SH. As Hypers watches on, Kilo goes for the plant. Zoinkers tries to retake up top. He's put to 1 HP once again, but it's all for naught as the plant goes down. But maybe I spoke too soon. OCG in a 3v2. Marmalade rotates down, smokes Zoinkers. Aether with another. It's GXD in a clutch situation once again. How many times has that happened? And how many times has it failed? The final time is the one that does it for SH and for OCG's chances, as SH come away the victors on Kafe.